was the last time you went to a concert? Here?
That was one of the last times we played a show. I mean,
It was the last time.
yeah.
It was the last time we did any kind of live event, for sure.
It was really funny too, because like literally the next week, last time we were here, we hung out, took all these pictures and everything, and then the next week it was like COVID hit, and I was like, I bet one of those bastards had it now. Because you remember that first few weeks, you thought anything, you had it. It didn't matter, like no matter what. If there was an itch in the back of your throat, you had COVID. And I was like, one of them had it. I know. I was like, but I didn't. We all took tests, and I haven't had it yet. When I took my test this week, I was like, man, I would love it if I had the antibodies. That'd be so awesome. But I can't even get COVID. It's crazy. Now I'm almost jealous. Now I get colds and stuff. I'm like, can't it just at least be that so I can get on past it instead of this? Now I'm still waiting for the COVID. Has anybody here had it and beat it? I got one in the back.
Yeah.
Twice.
Well, thanks for coming tonight.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Twice. So that is true.
Wow. Well, we appreciate you guys coming. Thanks for wearing your masks. That's the only way that we could get our wives to let us come. So we said we're going to make them wear their masks the whole time. But no, seriously, thank you guys for doing that. We appreciate it. We know that Texas is a little looser on the rules for the most part than Illinois is, by chance, in Seattle over there.
Yeah.
So thanks for patronizing us tonight. So we're going to play some tunes.
I don't think I'm tuned yet. Thanks.
This is our first time in the Songs and Stories having Matt with us, so give it up for Matt over there. We played lots of shows with Matt, but he's playing keys only. He's usually the guitar master, so he's keys only tonight.
And we've only been able to Zoom practice, so we keep drinking lots of beer, and we'll keep trying to play the best we can. Mike could even start off with a story. Okay, so today on our flight, when we landed, our layover was in Atlanta. There's a young man on the airplane. Are you here tonight, sir? Okay, good, because Deb and I had our masks on and just two acoustic guitars, and this guy comes up beside us, and he's talking very strangely, and his eyes are very red, so I think he was very high. Or I thought he has COVID. But I was like, oh no, I was really worried. And he's just talking to us, and then he's like, what are y'all doing? We said, well, we're going to go play an acoustic show, because it was just, we just didn't want to talk. And he's a close talker, kept moving closer and closer, and I'm getting back farther. And he said, he talked for a minute, he's like, well, what's y'all's band name? Deb said, well, we're called EMERY. And I could see in Devin's face, he wished he wouldn't have said EMERY. And that guy goes, oh, okay. He said, what? EMERY? I used to listen to you guys. Oh my God. And then he wanted to take pictures and be close nonstop. And he said, forgive my French here. He goes, God damn it, I knew something cool was going to happen today. And Devin and I were like, oh my gosh. And then on the plane, he turned around and pointed at us. And I was like, oh my gosh, is he going to come to the show? But anyway. So
that was our funny fan experience today.
It made me feel bad because he was so happy to see us, and I was so uncomfortable to see him. And I didn't know what to do about it because I didn't want to be mean or, So we gave him all we had, but I was like, it was just crazy. So.
All right, we're going to start out with I guess you can call it a party song.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do it right.
Well, I know you like the party, but the party never stops.
Oh, you like the party, but the party never stops.
Well, I know you,
I know you.
I know you. I know you wanna be here, so you just let go. No one's ever gonna tell you no. Well, I want to, cause I know you, but you party on. Get your body on. This is my last advice. Leave with me, cause you could die tonight. Drugs you use as a place to hide is will got kicked out of your mother's house. You stole money from her purse. She finally tossed you out. Don't sit there judging me. Could be the same if you could see. So let's have another drink and we'll party on. Get your body on. This is my last advice. Leave with me, 'cause you could die tonight. The drugs you use as a place to hide is really bad if you don't get this right. February still is scary, the month your father died. A little girl in a shrinking world, looking for her place to run and hide. Well, I know you like the party, but the party never stops. Well, I know you. I know you. But you party on. Get your body on. Come on, one last time. This is all you got. This is my last advice. Leave with me, 'cause you could die tonight. The drugs you use as a place to hide is really bad if you don't get this right. I don't need you.
Thank you guys.
That's great. That's the first time I've heard live with the ball. We've been doing streaming.
I know.
We've been doing streaming this whole during the pandemic and staying kind of fresh with something like performance or a little bit of that. But to hear people clap and realize it's great. It's the first time I've heard it.
Yeah, thank you. So we'll play a couple more. What we like to do in these, as a lot of you guys know, because you were here last time when we did play here, we like to tell some stories, take questions, spend a little time together, get to know each other a little better. So we'll play another song here, and then maybe be thinking of a question. If you have a question you want to ask us, now's the time to do it during tonight. So who knows when we'll be back. So let's have fun tonight. So we're gonna play a song now called "Shallow Seas We Sing." I've got eyes in the back of my head and I see where you're going with this.
Going with this.
I'm not surprised.
You take me for a fool, maybe you're right. If I was wiser, I would not have let myself come here tonight. So summer we shared, there's a way with the winter. Your hands were warm now, they're colder than ice, and they're slowly pushing me away. I knew it right from the start.
I've got this
Big hole in my heart,
and I wanted
I wanted to put you in,
but for some reason
you just wouldn't fit.
it just wouldn't fit.
So joys and romance, the summer we shared, it's the wind, the winter. Your hands were warm now, colder than ice, and they're wasn't safe. Promise you made.
Now I am drowned.
You are the storm, wind and the rain. Break me in two, toss me away. I fell apart when I fell for you.
How can I know?
You are the water filling my lungs, killing me softly. Keep that word without a word.
All right, who wants to start it up? Anybody got a good question? Anything you've been ever wanted to ask Emery or?
Back there.
Yep, in the back there.
What is it like to be so beloved?
Sorry, setting my feet.
What is it like to be so beloved?
So beloved.
So beloved.
Beloved. We're not really that beloved. Only very strange people in airports can ever come up and talk to us. I promise you. It is pretty awesome. That's what I'm saying. I know that guy today, even, he was just really happy to see us because he listened to a song of ours probably 10 years ago. And now, you know, he's moving here from another state. And he probably needed a little pick-me-up or something. So it meant something to him, just us being there. He thought, oh, this is a sign that I'm making the right decision, moving so far from home and coming to San Antonio to live and starting a business and all this stuff. It is pretty awesome. I have to admit, like, there's really cool opportunities when you meet people and it's great. And then there's sometimes where it's just horrific and awful. So there are some people out there that don't, that they probably don't even realize it, but they kind of want to use you because they know you, you don't know, and so sometimes that can really wear on you. And it's hard because that person has bought tons of tickets and your albums and to help my kids, you know, go to the dentist. You know, so I don't want to be a jerk ever, but sometimes I feel like, and nobody here, all you guys are all, we always say that, no one here, but they're, you know, I mean, you guys know, you have friends or people around in your life that they just kind of take a little bit and they don't realize when to stop, and so that's when it gets, that's the only downside I see. And even those people, they kind of need something. You feel bad for them, not, you don't hate them, you feel more bad for them because they just can't, they don't have a connection or something. I promise you, I have so many people, mostly dudes, no, only dudes basically, I guess there's no lady, that DM me and ask me just the worst questions, and I feel so obligated, and I'll usually almost always answer. Matt makes fun of me because I just feel like they're writing me, I wrote some song, they might even have the tattoo of my lyrics on there, so it does mean something to me. I don't want to negate all that means, you know what I mean? By just being a jerk in a moment or something like that. But today, the funniest part I didn't tell y'all is when we got off the plane, we hid because we thought he'd be waiting at the end of the jet terminal. And so then we snuck into a bathroom. Devin went in first, and I thought I heard that guy's voice, so I ran out. And then we're like, okay, the coast is clear, it wasn't him. We go down to the next bathroom. I was like, Devin, I do have to pee. I just thought that guy was in that one. I go in, I pee, I come out, and he's standing there talking to Devin. He was back. And I was like, okay. And then we kind of just snuck out of the airport and got away. So he's not a bad guy, but maybe I'm the bad guy. But still,
It was fun. It was a funny experience.
yeah.
There was another hand in the back who was, oh yeah.
I guess my friend Freddie and Coffin, because obviously you have a family here in San Antonio.
Yeah.
What is the selection? I know the Texas is only many Dallas and us. So it's usually San Antonio. Y'all love us.
San Antonio is one of our best cities for sure. I mean,
Yep.
I think we decided this. So we did a Hawthorne Heights tour, a few tours.
Nice.
I guess last year, but then we did one in January.
the last San Antonio
The
show.
last one in San Antonio before the Songs and Stories thing
Were y'all there?
at the White Rabbit. That was
White Rabbit is gone.
oh Paper Tiger. That was I think we decided that was our best show ever.
Yeah, that was the best crowd I've ever.
Yeah, I mean like it was ridiculous.
Yeah,
Whoever
Paper
was
Tiger's real nice.
there, we were like, you guys never stopped yelling like the whole time, and then even after we were like, I don't understand what's happening.
And we played that room a bunch of times. That was the best single crowd I think we've ever had.
Yeah, so we love San Antonio very, very much. Dallas is always great. Texas in general is good. So obviously we have our handful of favorite cities to play in the U.S. and San Antonio's up there tops for sure.
Love it. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, there's one over here.
I don't know. I mean,
I say there's a really good chance mathematically, given that in the genre we're in the exact same genre, and we're two bands that have been around for this long, it's
That's a good
most
chance.
likely both bands are going to be around for a long time. Well, look at that. And so we're probably playing Silverstein.
I don't know if you guys notice this or not, but when bands get older and farther along in their career, you have this set group of fans. We're not looking to grow our band really. That's not really what's going to happen. We're fine with that. That's not our thing. We're not young and we're not fresh, whatever. But we have you guys and many and others across the country and the world who are really loyal to us, and it's amazing. So that we know we want to do our best to honor that and to do the best we can for you guys, give you music, play shows. And so as bands get older and get farther in their career, generally that's what they do is they try and do not reunion tours, but album tours and do things like that kind of rehash the past and pay homage to their fans and to their history. So I imagine it's a good possibility sometime.
I think Silverstein didn't want to take us out, but they didn't quite offer us too much money.
Silverstein's large.
Plus they still go on like 7-week tours, and I'll die.
We can't do it.
I will die on a 7-week tour. Like 1 week, you're like, yeah, this is so awesome. By week 3,
I mean,
I will be dead.
I was joking like Casino 2040.
Yeah.
this is no joke. Like, compared to most bands in our genre, and maybe even most bands in general, we have way more kids. We have, 14 kids, I mean, in our band.
Silverstein has 0.
0. So they can tour 6-7 weeks, no big deal. We just can't do it really anymore. I mean, we could, but our wives would divorce us and we'd lose our family.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding, but it would be really tough. And we try and do a week or 10 days at a time, make it work. Anyway. All right, let's play this. What's next? All right, ready, Matt? This is an oldie. Well, they're all old, but this is older. I'll count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You have always seen the best part of me. With my uncovered eyes, loose from lenses, absorbing light. Your hand is wrapped in mine. The sunset for the last time. Carpet stains from coffee cups thrown to stop from hurting so much. Paralyzed, I thought I'd fail. You somehow together, the same song.
Probably if you listen to us for a long time, but that song was supposed to be the first song off our first album. That was supposed to be number one, the first song you guys would have ever heard if you listened to the Weeks In first. We had the drum beat, just kind of upbeat and just a big, like for us, it felt like, all right, this is really energetic opening to the record, and tooth and nail. And this is abnormal. They didn't do this often, but they were like, we really think Walls needs to go first.
Yeah.
We were like, no.
They were like, are you crazy?
What?
It was called intro.
Yeah, it was
intro. We wrote it for the intro of the album. And they were like, no guys, we really think Walls should go first. And we were young and we like to fight our battles, and we were defending our music and our idea for what our art was gonna be. And we finally eventually it's like, all right, that's fine. And obviously they were correct in that situation. You guys know Walls better than anything else. That's the first thing anybody ever knows of our band. So we're glad that worked out.
Yeah, it's really crazy. The very first song on the very first record is still our biggest song, no matter what. Like, I mean, it will always be. And yeah, they were right.
Bloodless.
It's funny. I have this isn't a tour story, but Matt, I think you'll be interested in this too. So Devin was telling y'all we have 14 kids between us all. Devin and I, we all each have 3 each. And it's funny because I'm going on tour now. I'm talking to my kids about what I'm going to be doing and all this stuff. And our littlest, June, she's 7, and she's just the craziest brain you could ever have. She's an actual real comedian and really mean, and also just really funny. And she'll say just the wildest things. And I was talking to her. I guess it was this morning. Well, I guess it was yesterday morning. And she's told me. She said, "Dad, you know how people have an angel and a demon on their shoulders?" She said, "I have that." She said, "Lily and Ash." That's what she said. And I was like, okay. Well, she said, and they tell me to do bad stuff sometimes, or good stuff. And that, and I was like, what are you talking about? This is crazy, and I'm just, and then, and this is what being a parent, I got a little scared because I've been watching that TV show Evil. Have y'all watched that show Evil? Anybody here? Yeah. It has demons and it's really scary. And I was like, I might be under attack. And so then I just went even harder. I was like, there is nothing on your shoulder. There is nothing like that. You are nothing. And she said, no. And if you tell me that again, it'll come to you in your nightmares and scream. I was like, I'm very scared right now. I've created an actual 7-year-old monster that can scare me. It's unbelievable. And that's our life now. And so, I mean, that's why we can only be gone for 3 days. I can't leave that with my wife for 3 days by herself. My God.
All right, well, it doesn't feel like it here, but it's actually almost Christmas time. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. So
we love Christmas music.
We just released in EMERY land, in our private community. We released an EP. It's called Palmetto Christmas. Palmetto's like a little kind of a side thing EMERY does, a little bit of different stuff. I think you heard a couple songs last time if you were here.
Yeah.
But we wrote a few Christmas songs in that style. So we're going to play one of those Christmas songs now. If you're in EMERY land, you've probably heard it. If not, it'll be a new one to you. So this one's called Sad Christmas Waltz. First ever live performance.
First folks ever.
No practices, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
This is the practice, right? I hope it's really a good one. Right.
Just got on me. All right, here we go. So much for Christmas this year.
So much for Christmas this year.
You're gone and I'm still sitting right here, wondering whatever went wrong with us, my dear. I can't find a reason for Christmas this year. I remember winter 1985. Christmas stockings on the fireplace. No arms to hold me for a warm embrace. So I stoke up the fire to warm my tired body by the flame and daydream again. I still know what it felt like to be a happy man on the inside. But when you left, you took all of that from me. But a few sad memories. Oh, so much for Christmas.
So much for Christmas this year.
You're gone and I'm still sitting right here, wondering whatever went wrong with us, my dear. I can't find a reason for Christmas this year.
All right, we got some more questions. Who else got something they want to ask? I know it's hard to see. You got it, yell it out. Yep.
First of all, I'm not going to re-record I'm only a man.
Thank you.
All the sounds sound awesome. Based on that experience, do you guys have any plans to re-record any of the other albums?
I don't want to re-record any more of them. That's the only one I wanted to re-record. But the other albums, I really have a strong desire to do a very high quality live version of with video and special events. And I think that medium is a different one than albums or re-recording. It's like a new, it's a really exciting thing. Like we just recorded one and then it's going to air for the week's end and I'm only a man. And that is what I'm most excited about is what that, because it's its own audio recording that's very, very focused and controlled, but also live. So I would rather do justice to the other albums by giving them that, but I'm only man's the only album that I wish I could have had another crack at the studio. That's why it's got a full of it. But I do want to update all the others in a sense of play them as we are now, because I think a better mastery of our craft and what our band is. So I think we can actually live nail all of our albums and capture them even better than the recordings. But it doesn't have to be better. I know everybody will always love the original recording, which you fell in love with. I know that can be replaced even if it's flawed. But I think if you do it in a slightly different way, like live, you can make something pretty special.
Yeah. Good question. Anybody else?
Dude, I can't
All
see
right, I
it.
can't see. Over here. All right, well, we'll play another song. This is another oldie and one of our more popular ones. So maybe this will spark a question. Man, you gonna start this one?
Yeah, how's the keyboard level?
It's good.
Keyboard level out, good for y'all out there?
This here? Okay, cool.
All right. All right.
So you guys sing this one.
The 3 sleepless nights, this isn't how it's supposed to be. But you're so good at taking your time to get back to me. And I will wait for you forever. If you would just ask me. And I thought that I find takers other than me, and better than me. But your head, it's elsewhere, and I'm talking enough for both of us. When will you see it's not so easy for me, but you're careless and whisper salty and bruising. And I thought that you said things were improving. These laces are untied, but my feet are walking away, walking away. I never thought that you could say these words. Is this really happening? And I never thought, don't say these words. Is this really happening? I never thought, don't say, is this really happening? I never thought, don't say that we I never thought, don't say that we can still be friends. Erase my name from this page. How can you? What is inside me? What have I done? Is this the only way that you'll notice me? Dead was close ears. All this is song for you. Leave yourself pretending this is what's done. Why can't you look at me? Can you only see one side joy? Side can take away.
All right, who else has a question? Let's keep it going here. Anybody? Yeah, there we go.
Why hasn't Matt done some stories to go back and forth?
He-
That's Matt asked the same question. It's really
In EMERY, there's like different tiers of skill. This is an audition.
I don't know. I think so. They've done like Matt and Toby like living room shows a lot in the past, and then when I came back to the band, the first year that I came back, excuse me, the only reason I came back was because they were willing to do like shorter tours and do like an acoustic thing for a year, because I still had a job and all that stuff at the time. And so that kind of sparked a little bit of that direction, like, oh, we can kind of do this and be nice and fun and easy. And then I got back in the band full time and everything. We did normal tours and all that. And then in between some tours, Toby and I was just like, hey, why don't we just go do a few cities here and there just for fun. And Matt lives in Seattle, which is really far over there. So we're like, well, Matt, you can go if you want. If you don't care, no big deal, whatever. And it was just kind of like, hey, let's just go do these real quick and come back home. It was, you know, and so that kind of turned into more of like a every couple months we would do that. And then after COVID, we were like, hey, maybe we could at least try and do a few somewhere that, you know, is a little bit more open. And Matt was into coming this time because it's been all year basically. And we're glad it worked out. Now, I don't know if you guys tell us, is it better with Matt or with just me and Toby? I mean, I No, we love having you.
Well, like I think we said this last time too. Devin and I realized, so when you tour full band, there's just so much that goes into it. You got accommodations, travel on a bus or van. You got to get hotels, food for everybody. Everybody disagrees on what they want to eat, this and all this stuff. When it's just me and Devin, it's so nice. It's like just two older men having a good time. It's just friendly, you know what I mean? Like we don't like we are so easy. Like no matter what, it's really funny. Like our taste buds are really simple. Like if you give me a nice Olive Garden, I am just I don't want to go anywhere else.
Or Taco Cabana.
Cabana. Deb and I ate Taco Cabana twice today. We love it. I know. Is that some people really shit on it, but we really like it. Do y'all like it? Isn't there another fast food that everybody, Mexican place that everybody really likes more or something? People always tell us that, but I love Cabana. Today, Matt got a margarita, and they handed him the margarita and then a mini bottle of tequila. Like it wasn't even mixed, and I was like, I'm in heaven. I love that they would just hand you that, and it's okay, and it's relaxed. Oh man, that was my dream. So I almost ordered one just to have it. I just thought it was so cool.
Nice.
All right, what's the next?
We're gonna play some.
Okay. Good.
All right, so this is a little bit more serious song. The song's about my mom who passed away. Oh man, it's been
I was trying to remember.
3 or 4 years ago now.
So your mom's 3 or 4 years, and your mom passed away 3 or 4 years ago too.
It was a few months apart. So yeah, it's weird, but yes. So this, it's one of those things. You lose somebody close to you. It hurts really bad. It sucks really bad, and then you just kind of move on with your life. And there's moments, little tidbits here and there that kind of sparks memories and feelings and things like that. But this song, I just thought I'd write this song for my mom and for Matt's mom, just kind of in memory of them and just kind of show our appreciation. So this song is called Safe. You could always see yourself in me, a brand new way to live vicariously. I wanted to show you the world through my eyes, but you had to let me go, just let me go so I could live my life. We used to look at the stars, dream of the days we would find something more. Somewhere along the way, a smile left your face, and life set in. It changed everything. We used to look at the stars, dream of the days we would find something more. Somewhere along the way, a smile left your face as your eyes fell. The light that once shined slowly dim.
wrote this song, I think we were on Warped Tour, and we started working on the album I'm Only a Man, and I thought this, I remember sitting out behind our bus and with my acoustic, and I wrote this song. And I forget, we were in California or something like that, and I thought, oh man, this song is going to be awesome. It might be the first single. It's going to be so good. I just had such a good feeling about it. And then it didn't make the record. And I guess that's just how it goes, but I thought it was so good. And then what record did this even come out on? Was it the EP?
Wild Broken Arch.
Yeah.
The EP, right? And I thought it was just such a great song, and then nobody liked it as much as me. And then maybe I just convinced y'all later. But this song's called Thoughtlife. And then, now there's 2 versions of it, at least. And then it's funny because I went online. We did this live show called Are.Listening, the Twitch show. And somebody had just played the guitar for it. And it was so awesome. I just sang to the video. You can, if you type in, I think it's EMERY acoustic Thoughtlife or something like that, you'll see me singing to somebody, and I have no clue who he is. And he's going to play the guitar. He plays the guitar better than I will tonight. I mean, by far. I mean, I haven't played this song since probably sitting outside behind that bus writing. Like, I don't really play the guitar live, and so it ends up being, kind of unique when I get a chance to. So remember that uniqueness. But this song is called Thoughtlife, and it just really felt so powerful when I wrote this song in acoustic, and it almost feels like acoustic was, maybe that's why it didn't end up on I'm Only Man. It feels like acoustic is the way that this song was always meant to be. All right, let's see if I can do it. I don't know if my guitar's tuned.
My heart left my chest, so forgive me as you leave to find that next something new. But I can't for the life of me remember when you changed your words from I love you to say you don't know. Just know that you can't take back what you said. Darling, I'm not in the forgiving mood. You kept on replying, it was all in my head. Well, you're just a liar, and I've got the proof. I've got the proof. Oh. So with these few words, you'll erase me. 2 years of our lives meant nothing to you, but this fool that you made of me as a lesson learned. You can't trust a lover who was never a friend. Oh, the end. Oh, just know that you can't take back what you said. Darling, I'm not in the forgiving mood. You kept on replying, it was all in my head. Well, you're just a liar, and I've got the proof. I've got the proof. Oh, oh, So I'll open my eyes to the day that's before me. Leave here to find that next something new.
Right. And that song hasn't been played live in a long time. I mean, that was a long time. All right, how about a few more questions? Who else is out there? Got one right here.
With the pandemic going on the way it is, everybody being confined to the house, how do y'all feel? Obviously, y'all are busy with everything. We love the content y'all are putting out. I want to tell you my life. But how do you feel maybe the ambience of the pandemic might have influenced some of the writing or any influence the mood going on?
Well, probably, I guess I would say March and April, every song I wrote was about death and dying. I guess, I mean, there was real fear. I think everybody, we still just don't know anything. I feel like it opened me up more to totally being okay with, I don't know. I just don't know things. Like, I mean, everybody seems so confident and, you know, people want to tell you stuff and sell you stuff and this is the way and coach you and do all this stuff. And I just feel more and more like the pandemic for me personally, especially with our art, is let's really take our time in the sense of, we know that we've done this for a long time. Let's take our time and do the things that we want to do with our art now. Like it used to be, we had to take this tour. You know, we had to go out with Silverstein or Chiodas or whoever it was we were on tour with back then. There was no way you could say no. And so you fit in writing songs behind a bus or something like that. And now, when you write a song, you know, you got nowhere else to go. You can't even leave the house. The restaurants are closed and everything's closed. And so the songs now are maybe more powerful because it is what you're holding on to. There isn't something else to go do and take your time, even though, you know, I still get caught up with TikTok or something like that. But I think that it really does feel like the songs are more powerful because, you know, in bad times and crazy in our history and the world's history, crazy political times, crazy, trying to overturn powers that have too much power and too much control in our lives, that, you know, music has been there for us. And I think not just us, lots of bands are kind of digging in a little bit deeper and feeling a little more free to say things that they've always maybe wanted to and can now. Two-parter?
Outside of everything, what are y'all finding as a need or a source of distraction?
Source of distraction from COVID.
I mean,
At first it was alcohol. I mean, it was like, okay. I mean, seriously, no matter what, no joking here. My wife and I, probably by late March, April, were like, yeah, we are day drinkers and we are going to just enjoy ourselves. And I don't know what's happening outside. You know, I'd run into a store, buy liquor, and run out, and I didn't feel guilty about it, but then I'd be so happy when I could just have it, you know. And that lasted for a few months, and then we were like, well, we can't live like this forever. So yeah, alcohol, anything to take your mind off. But it's weird. It's like it's always kind of right there. Like there's just this weight, and you know that I feel like everybody kind of has it. This weight and this tension and this unknowing, and so there isn't much relief. It's kind of always there. You wake up and you have some idea, or you hear something about it, or somebody passed away, or something, and it's just like and then at the same time you have hope and you want to do things, and that's like this. We talk to our wives and family. We're like, listen, we need to make money. We haven't been on the road this whole year, and we need to pay some bills, and we also want to do our job. You know, we want to, and we'll be as safe as we can, and we want to do that. But at a certain point, you have to do things. You have to keep moving on with your life as safely as you can. And so I think for me, the downside is it just feels like it's always there. It just, you know, and it's not just COVID. It feels like this whole year is just always there. It's probably it feels like the whole last 4 or 5 years. It's just there. There's this tension and this anxiety that wants to get you or something.
it's funny because early on in the year, you know, after quarantine and lockdown started, you know, everybody, like with kids and stuff too, you're like, all right, this is going to be a good, productive family time, you know, spend a lot of time with my kids, family, it's going to be awesome, it's great. And it is, don't get me wrong. But after a little while, you're like, I gotta get the hell out of this house. Or I'm gonna
Trapped
kill
with those
someone.
parasites.
I mean, you know, like that's just the truth of it. I mean, it's great. I like we're all three of us basically stay-at-home dads when we're home, and so we're home with our kids. I mean, we obviously do music and other things at home, but our wives all have jobs, like good jobs, and so being in there with your kids every day, almost all day, is overwhelming. And so it's nice to get a little getaway and things like that. So a distraction for me is just a day or two here and there where I can kind of go out by myself or spend a little time, maybe not around my kids, but so that when I get back, it's way better. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, I just get it's just frustrating and hard for a long period of time. So.
I know, like you try to write music and do stuff, and I promise you, probably 15 to 20 times a day, I'm sitting there and I'm working on something, and I hear, "Dad, I'm hungry," over and over and over. Yeah. And the first, 1,500, 2,000 times, I was okay. I held on, and then the next, I was like, "Just get something! Eat the granola bar! Eat the granola bar!" And then you have to go apologize, and they're like, "It's okay. I love you. I'm sorry. It's just, y'all know. I mean, y'all have kids. How many people got kids? Y'all know people with kids. It wouldn't change anything about them, but they
We
can.
needed this just as bad as y'all needed it, trust.
Good.
All right.
All right. So I want to play a song.
I'm thinking of trying to synthesize if anybody's open.
Ooh.
Oh.
It might go weird if it's too loud. All the sound, but just like that sound, it sounds kind of like.
Ooh la la. He's gonna get fancy. He's gonna get fancy.
All right, here we go. Ready? I'm gonna count us in. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pardon me for saying so, but you look more than
All right, who else got a question? Is there one? I thought it. Okay.
As far as set lists go, acoustic versus the band, is there any like, you know, disagreements with what needs to be played or what should be played or what everybody's like?
Acoustic disagreements?
Yeah. or even band.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, we pretty much, we have like 100 songs, so we're like, we know there's like 4 or 5 that we're like, okay, we gotta play these, you know, it's part of the deal. That's fine. I mean, we don't really get tired of them. And then we just basically like try and throw in ones we haven't played in a while and just kind of pick and choose. We don't really argue about it. We're just like, either everybody agrees to try it or not, you know what I mean? Like practice. So we don't really ever disagree about it. But I wish maybe it'd be more exciting if we did, but yeah, we
I think we would like to do more. Like, this is the thing that we do really enjoy the acoustic shows. Like, hanging out with you guys, being able to sing like this. It's nicer for mine and Devin's voices. Like, when you're in a club and there's the distortion and the giant crowd, all that stuff, it just blows your voice out. You can't hear yourself hardly ever. And so you're moving around more, and this just feels like we can really sing better. I think we enjoy this better. And we'd like to do more of this. So I think our plan would be to grow this and eventually do it even more. Like maybe have, you know, more people up here playing some other instruments and doing some stuff like that, singing and doing more. And hopefully that's what we'll do. Kind of like maybe. Wow. Wow. Devin, I can't see real good. Is that Lars? Wow. That's the only drummer I can think of. Lars from Metallica. So there, who else could I think of? It's not good. Dave's right here.
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously, I probably speak for everyone here. You guys sound amazing. But, do you guys have any plans to ever release, like, record these or like make an acoustic album of these shows or just done in a studio or whatever?
I'm very hopeful about the future of these concerts and performances that are captured and live streamed and experienced online. I think the future of them will certainly include a live audience as well. So I see the future of that being if we can create unique experiences. This is how we consider one. This is unique. But I think you can take this quality or what's special about this that we all feel right now and then do it at a higher and higher level and then be able to share it somehow locally, globally at the same time. And the audio that will be captured, if you can make that moment happen, I think would just be really good stuff. So I think there's a lot of potential for that.
for sure.
All right.
Yeah, one more question.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
I'm curious. I'm new to your band, and I just know you've been around a long, long time.
Yeah, decades and decades.
That might be a good thing romantic. But I'm just curious what makes you stay together and really how you changed over the years. Whether you're branching out, trying to do things, and why it works so well.
I think we stay together because we're all best friends. I mean, we really are. Like, we really, I mean, at least us three. The other two, this setting is best with either 2 or 3, we think, right now. Yeah, 2, maybe 3. But I think it's fun. Like getting to hang out is the fun part. I mean, being up here and playing the music is fun. But also, when we get off the stage and we're driving to the place we're staying at tonight, that's really fun too. And we, like Matt lives in Seattle. I actually just moved closer to Devin. I live really close to Devin now. But for years, we all lived kind of all around the country. And so when we get to see each other, it's just really fun. It really does feel like a fun time. And we can do music together. Like, we can sit down and we work so well together. Like, each thing that each of us 3 can bring to the table is just perfect for what EMERY is. It just really is. I mean, I can bring an idea and Devin can help me clarify it and Matt can start doing something with, and then all of a sudden we have something, or vice versa, all that. And so it just works so well together. We have been a band such a long time that we kind of know what we want to do and where we want to go, and when we want to try something, we can bring it to each other and know that we can make it work. But as far as changing over the years, yeah, I mean, we're just getting older. I mean, that's just, I guess that's everybody on earth, but it's a lot different. I think when we started, for me personally, when we started, it really, I needed, my ego needed, to be stroked, and I needed the people to really love us, and we needed to be the best band. Or at least they had to, I hope people thought we were the best band, and I wanted that, I needed that, the big crowds and all that stuff. And now as we've gotten older, it really has transitioned more to about making the music. That's just more fun to me now. Like I would rather be here with you guys in this setting than a giant show. Now, I know that sounds silly. I'd probably make more money at the giant show if there's 1,000 people there or something. Maybe not. But but this is something where we said this a bunch of times, but how y'all are hearing the songs right now is how we write them. Like that, when I played the song a little while ago, I wrote that song almost exactly what I played. That was it, behind the bus. And you're getting to hear that now, and that feels more real. And I think with everything now is so polished and so clean, and you're seeing constantly things that have to look perfect, whether it's people or sound or visuals and perfect. And I like it a little more raw. I want something a little more real that I can connect to, and I think that's the thing that is changing the most for us. I don't need that. I'm really glad you guys are here, but I'm happy more about the music than I used to be. Oh. You don't have a follow-up to that?
No, that was perfect.
Okay. Here's a lovely song about death.
Somebody, please tell me, what am I supposed to do? You've died, and I'm here, thinking that I hear
How old are we?
I just turned 31.
Yep, I'm 28. Matt's, I mean, he's a little underage. Don't tell people he's drinking. No, what am I? I'm 44.
44, 42,
41.
41.
Yeah.
Damn good. Justin. Yeah, we're getting up there. We're in our 40s now. So. Thanks for asking.
I mean, I promise you, I mean, Matt said this a million times. I swore, I was like, I'm not gonna play a show when I'm 40. I won't be doing that. I mean, how could that be possible? I will not be doing that. Now, 4 years later, I'm like, well, I guess that was...
Now we're talking about 50.
Yeah, I know.
Like, you're going to play one when you're 50. And tell me,
Am I gonna play a show when I'm 50?
Hell yeah!
I don't know if I can play on 50.
We'll see. We'll see.
I saw another hand. I think, yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's so awesome.
Tell us your name. I don't
Yeah.
remember the song. Taffy.
Belford? That was it. Okay. Now, did you just post a video? Okay. I reposted it, I think, of you guys dancing.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. When did y'all get married?
Congratulations.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, that has been really good. We have a song shop where you just, you send in, if you want us to just write it completely straight up, we will. Or if there's anything that you want us to write about, we will. I was writing one yesterday for a wedding, actually. And it's funny because I don't remember, in your email that you sent us, did you put in a lot of details or do you remember? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So it's funny, but some people will put in tons of details. Like, I mean, like every kid's name and their dog's names. Like, what was the one that I just did? It was, I should have I remember. It was really something funny. It was like, it was like Gizmo and something. And I'm like, I have to make this right, but it really ends up being fun. Like when somebody gives you some details, there's none of my identity in the song anymore. It's their song, so I don't have to feel like if I'm singing Gizmo in an EMERY song, I'll feel kind of silly. But when it's somebody else and it really means something to them, you know what I mean? Like my dog Maybell meant a lot to me, and so that it really works out. And so it's really awesome. I love hearing stories like that. There's not been one person that was like disappointed, which is the most phenomenal thing ever. Like every single person that we've ever written a song for has been so happy, and I've been blown away. Because I mean, we take some chances musically here and there and do some different stuff with lyrics and stuff, but it's been really fun. It's open now. Yeah,
I think we've written like 100 over the past couple of years, like legitimately 100 songs. So I mean, it's crazy. I mean, we do some full production and then some acoustic. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun. All right, let's play another hit.
Yep.
Oh, got it.
Got it?
You got that?
Oh, I got it.
The bridge starts on F.
That's right.
F minor, F D.
It's like a pencil with the erasers at both ends. I want it all, but we're dealing in percents. And these activities that you have engaged in, this is the politics of seeing you dance with him. We begin with concluding remarks, break up the pieces and examine the parts. Your words always cut when they're cliche. So here's my knife because I came for the buffet. This is the way it goes with you a part of it. Nervously saying words that all so tightly fit. A mark beneath the chin. I've caught you once again. It's in the way you sound every word and phrase, leaving me to know how much the meaning weighs. Saying that but meaning this. Using hands for emphasis. Oh, 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 oh. like to think that you're the best part of me, but I confess there's nothing left of you here. These parallels and silly games, hide your face and say the name, say the name. This is the way it goes with you a part of it, nervously saying words that are so tightly fit. A mark beneath the chin, I've caught you once again. It's in the way you sell every word and phrase, leaving me to know how much the meaning weighs. Saying that but meaning this, using hands for emphasis. Oh, 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 oh. There's that smile again. You fake it and I follow you right in. What a fool I've been to fall for any sign. This is the way it goes with you a part of it, nervously saying words that are so tightly fit. I'm on beneath the chin, I've got you once again. It's in the way you sail every word and phrase, leaving me to know how much the meaning weighs. Saying that but needing this, using hands for emphasis. Oh, 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 oh.
So it feels like forever ago, but we actually have a new album that came out this year. I mean, it feels like a couple of years ago, but it came out in 2020. It's called White Line Fever. We released it in like May or June. So thank you. We're gonna play one song off that. You guys have probably heard this story before, but we actually moved from South Carolina to Seattle on 9/11. We left early that morning. First time we've ever left home other than an hour from college or whatever. And left, and a couple hours later found out about the attacks and all that. It was pretty wild. And that really defined our journey. You know, from there on we were like, all right, well, we just gotta keep moving forward. So that pretty much got us moving in the direction we're in now. So it's a pretty wild story, but it was a memorable event for not only for our country but for our band. So it's kind of a weird time. But this song's called Some of Us.
No, I just didn't really, I've never really made a connection to that. I know it's silly too, the comparison, but 9/11 to COVID. You know, like I guess when you're saying that thing about the song, the way it feels right now, about how to move forward, is really the same.
That's true.
That really,
Yeah, similar times for sure. But yeah, this song is about our experience with that whole thing and with our band starting. So I remember that morning like it was yesterday. Threw my suitcase in the truck, kissed my mother on the cheek. It's not so easy to leave everything you know. Eyes full of excitement with hearts
questions? Can't hardly see.
Want a beer?
I'm good. I got some up here. Now, another thing about getting older is that I can't drink as much beer, so I also mix in non-alcoholics. I love these. We just did a health challenge for like 2 months, and I couldn't drink beer, and I started drinking these Heineken double zeros. They are delicious. Now, here's the bad news about them. This is really funny. One of our good friends, Aaron Lunter, he's the drummer from Acid East Burn. He was doing the challenge with us, and he was doing really low carb. And I was like, man, you got to try these beers. I said, they are. I thought I had read that they were super low carb and low calorie. They are pretty low calorie. I thought they were super low carb too. And so he started drinking them, and he was like, man, it's just really crazy. I was doing so good, and then all of a sudden my weight loss just kind of stopped. And then he looked down, and he was like, this has 16 sugars. He said, Toby, you told me, I was like, I'm sorry, I just messed up. He said, so I thought I was doing a low carb diet. I've been doing a high fat, high sugar diet. But they are delicious.
All right, we're gonna
Yep.
Speaking of beer, last time y'all were here, you took a bottle with a water bottle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the old trick.
Can you open a can with it?
I don't think I can open a can. It has a tab.
A little easier.
Yeah, it's a little easier. I just use the tab.
All right, let's play with another one. You ready?
Almost.
All right.
Need to start it?
Yeah, well, if you want to.
All right.
Just don't screw up.
No pressure, right?
Maybe Devonshire.
Every once in a while, I think I'm lying. And take it to the bank, I'll believe every word I say. But then again, this is when you start your crying. But there's a thought, it could be true, but this just isn't how I imagined it would be, with these random people just asking the most personal thing, and to think that somehow I could always come clean. And you shake your head just like you know what I know. Ah, da, da, da. La, da, 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 da. La, da, da. Da, 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 da. La, da, 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 da. La, da, da. To see if it's right or wrong, to listen to this song. I don't want you to, and see if you're okay with all the words I say. It can be this. Somehow someone's more equal than others, depending on the words we choose to say. A glance at her too long tonight. Everything I'm saying's right. We are all the sisters and the brothers, until we find we don't believe the same.
Now listen to me, guys.
Like Gary's getting drunk to forget Sarah. Sarah's stealing money from her parents. Aaron's lying straight to John about Megan and the things that went on. Jessica's a gossip, Laura's a slut. Derek is bridging, Ben deals drugs. Seth spends all his money gambling. Joyce out praying. We are all the same. People with sinning hearts that make us equal. Here's my hand, not words said desperately. It's not
Oh, more beer.
Oh, right.
Oh, that. Thank you.
All right, Matt's taking a bathroom break. Everybody watch him go in there. And let's, how about another question? Oh, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, what's your question?
With the PT culture that we have nowadays, how it's gotten worse than it was back when you guys first wrote that last song you played. Have you found that fans have connected to the music more? And do you have a cool story of somebody that said they just heard your music and they just connected to it based on the culture that we're living in today?
Like now?
You'd be surprised at how many people we've heard, even specifically at this kind of show. They said that they've never heard us before. It's their first time hearing us. And I mean, a lot of times people are like, man, I love that song. I didn't hear it when I was, or maybe I wasn't ready for it when I was 15 or whatever, and now I'm 28, and you know, it just hits me differently. So I've heard several of those kind of stories from people.
It's really, it is funny when new people come to shows like this. They're like, man, I always wanted to see you guys, and I just wasn't able to. And now I'm here, and I was like, so the very first time you saw us was like, you know, at a farm. Like we played in your city a million times.
$40 acoustic.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of cool. Like, I mean, you get to see this band in a way that most people don't, so it's kind of fun.
Did you have a question right here? Up front? Did you have a question? Absolutely. So Matt and I grew up a couple of miles from each other. Matt was a grade lower than me, below me, and we knew each other. You know, we knew of each other pretty much through grade school, middle school. Became friends when we were in high school, closer.
We played T-ball together when I was 6.
Yeah.
Devin was.
Then we started becoming friends in high school, and eventually Matt was kind of getting into music. We were learning cover songs, and I could just sing. I couldn't play anything or do anything else. And
Devin was the shortstop. He got the solos in the choir.
I was like the choir guy, so I started singing like kind of with Seth and with Matt and Seth, our old drummer, and some other friends that we had, and just doing cover songs. And then eventually started writing some songs. And then we went to college in South Carolina, right near Charlotte. And Toby actually grew up just a few miles from us, but he went to a different high school, and we didn't meet Toby until college. And the funny thing is we were both music majors, all three of us. And basically, the first time Toby saw me, he hated my guts. And
first time I saw Devin, I hated him, and when I met Matt, I hated him for sure. I can tell you, I promise you, I was walking across Winthrop campus, and I saw these three guys, and one had long hair. It looked silky. It looked like long, silky hair. And I was like, just like he was doing this. I was like, that guy thinks he's so cool. He's so stupid. He didn't know anything. He's just some freshman here thinking he's awesome. And I was hanging out with his buddies. I said, I will never be friends with that guy. Then I go into our chorus class, and he's in there. And I was like, oh, God. This is horrible. And then he ended up being kind of cool. And then Matt, we were playing home run derby in the...
we became friends.
Yeah, we became friends. And Devin said, hey, come meet my friends. I was like, okay, I will. And all of Devin's friends were awesome except for Matt. I was like, his voice and the way he was talking, and I was like, oh, and he was just lanky and zitty and oily, and I was just like, I just will never be friends with him.
So basically, if Toby hates you, you will become his best friend.
Yeah, if I hate you, you will be probably, friends for life.
Toby's told that story probably 50 times in front of me, but he never stopped to ask, what did I think of him?
That's true. You did not think of me at all. Actually, it's kind of nice.
So we've known each other for a long time.
Music, but once we all figured out we could do the music, and then it just kind of, we just did it. Matt and I, to start EMERY, before EMERY started, Matt and I would go run sound at the For What It's Worth bar in Rock Hill, South Carolina for what, $60, $70, something like that. And just, we'd run sound. I wasn't learning anything, but I was like, I'll just do anything to be around music. And it was just fun, and so we all just liked it. And then eventually we took the lead and said, hey, let's get out of Greer, South Carolina and go to Seattle and see what we could do.
All right. Play a song.
What's this one? Oh, Streets. Yeah.
All right. This is another slow one. This is off our 2 albums ago, right? It's called Eve. This one's called Streets of Gold.
Hey, and I got the tri-synthesizer here, and
Another-
it's going to be difficult.
Another
The
synth
guitar
solo. So y'all get
Yeah,
ready
he's
to
playing
play,
the
all
guitar
right?
solo on the synthesizer.
All right.
It's the first attempt on that. I don't know if I'll audition. It's pretty cool.
You will
I
fail.
think it's fun.
Just claim it.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I left my heart behind for you. I hope that you will somehow miss me too. But I've been wandering for so long. I just can't seem to find my way back home. My way back home. Can't find my way back home. Is heaven just a fantasy? Or is it the place I've always longed to be? This life can feel so reckless, just pulling me apart. Oh, I swear I would give anything to go back to the start. Can we go back to the start? Can we go back to the start? Never meant to break your heart. Let's go back to the start. I just wanna lose myself and dance up on the streets of gold. See every face I know, smile and say you made it home. I just wanna hold your hand in mine, just like we used to do. I still believe in you. I still believe in you. It got a little wonky, and I was like, uh-oh, we're in trouble. And then you brought it back. That was pretty cool. I was like, uh-oh, we're in trouble. There it is. All right, so we got like 2 songs left. And we really, really appreciate you guys coming out here tonight and spending this time with us after many, many months of craziness. We all kind of cooped up and don't know what to do. So thanks for kind of enjoying this night with us tonight. We really do appreciate it. It gives us a nice break and a little bit of that nostalgia from, 8 months ago where we used to do this for a living. So it's really cool. So thank you. If you have any questions, now would be the time to ask them.
Yep.
After the show, we'll be around kind of packing our stuff up, and we don't really want to take up close pictures. We might be able to stand on the stage and, kind
Yeah,
of
what if we photobomb you? So if you have somebody
something.
quickly that can take your picture,
So-
and you can stand there, we'll stand back here and we'll photobomb you.
Yeah, so
we
if you
get
guys
something.
want to do that, that's cool. If not, obviously no
Yep.
big deal, go home. But yeah, thank you again. And yeah, if you have any questions, let's take those final few questions tonight. Yeah, over here.
Are you going to play fried chicken?
That's not one of the last two songs. I'll just go ahead and say that. I'm sorry. Yeah, over there.
Him or me?
Oh, you Red. Yeah, Red.
Yeah, Tom and Jerry, got it.
Tom and Jerry got it.
Love everything you've done online, all the YouTube stuff, everything you come out with. Rock Pebble Stone, great song, love it. Fuck, I forgot my question. Got drunk too fast.
It happens, bro. It happens.
Something about not San Antonio, fuck San Antonio.
How about we let him ask and then we'll come back.
Yeah, go for that.
Yeah.
Go for that.
Any chance for Bloodless tonight?
Tonight? Absolutely no chance.
No.
Ah.
But it's coming out on our special.
Ooh. Oh, that's very nice.
Does everybody know what we're talking about when we say the specials? Have you guys seen that at all?
Yeah.
So if you can go to emerymusic.com or emeryspecial.live. Either of those sites will take you to you can buy tickets for these events. That I'm Only Man will be on January 9th and the week's end on January 27th. And there'll be full high quality video and audio recording, and there's some vinyl packages and t-shirts and things like that.
I think it really is like one of the best shows, two shows
Yeah, it was
we've ever
super
played.
fun to do. So.
It's phenomenal. It's the most production, most money we've ever spent on a show. It's phenomenal. So it really turned out great. I'm really
Yeah, so we're excited about that. Yeah, right here in the middle. Thank you.
And I've always wondered what was the inspiration behind writing it?
I killed my first wife.
Dad, good Lord, that was dark.
That took a dark turn
I
fast.
did not kill my first wife. But, so for I'm Only Man, we were kind of writing a little bit more of the, little less personal type songs and a little bit more story, a little bit more narrative kind of ideas. Just kind of, kind of expanding me. I was trying to expand my lyrics and kind of how to write and think about it differently. So yeah, that song's just about basically like a relationship gone bad. And you'd be surprised, especially in our generation and our parents' generation, that we grew up in the Southeast, that is the Bible Belt, and divorce was a no-no, and it was an embarrassment to the family and a big deal. And so I was kind of taking that a little bit to where like a guy would almost rather hurt his family than he would be embarrassed by losing his wife. And so it's a little bit of that idea of like just kind of having this facade up that's so important to you that you can't even deal with facing the truth of the matter. So it was kind of a story about something like that.
Did you remember yours?
Hell yeah, I remember.
Oh, sorry, we'll come to you next.
Sorry, I apologize.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't know if you guys like, the question is, do you guys like people singing while you guys sing, or is it just like a big no-no for y'all?
We love it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. There's been a few instances at shows, and these are like full band shows where it's very loud, but there'll be like a guy 2 rows back is not a good singer at all. He is singing very loud. And I mean, there's been a couple times to the point where like it messes with what me and Toby are trying to sing. I'm like, whoa, God. I like to the point of where I have to like cover my ears so I don't sing what he's singing. But most of the time, yes, we love to hear you guys sing. It makes a big difference in the energy and the vibe on stage. So, yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, what was back there?
It's not really a question. I just wanted to thank you guys. You've been one of my favorite bands since high school. I've seen you all over the States, and I just appreciate your music so much. So I've been through a lot of good times.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That's one that we play regularly. I mean, with acoustic especially. It just didn't make the cut tonight, but it's one that we play more often than not, for sure. Oh, sorry. All right. Any last questions? We're gonna play a couple more songs. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Well, let me go back here. the Cornerstone, Illinois. Favorite memory from the Cornerstone?
Well, I'll tell the truth. That's when I was experimenting with the luggable loo. Does anybody know what a luggable loo is? It's I guess it's like those plastic paint cans, I guess is what it is.
The toilet seat on top.
You can poop in it. So I didn't want to go to the porta potties or whatever, and we just bought this school bus. And I was like, oh, this will be like a bathroom on the school bus. And so I can remember it, but it was so hot, the air conditioning wasn't on, I was just sitting on this can pooping. And then it turned out to be the most wrong idea I'd ever had. And it just wasn't good. And then I had to, because you put a bag in it and then you cinch the bag. And then I had to walk through Cornerstone with my own poop to find a trash can. And it was just, I was like, this probably just isn't right. This just isn't the way to go. Now the other thing too is about that bus.
It's not worth it.
We bought this school bus and we thought, oh, this is going to be so awesome. We're going to tour this thing, and we put regular mattresses in it, spring mattresses. What we did not realize was that when you laid in your bed going down the road, it would throw you unbelievably. You could hit the roof. It was unreal. That's probably not what you wanted. You probably wanted like, man, Blindside on a generator stage. That's probably what the story you wanted, but which was cool. Yeah, I had a poop story and a mattress story. Devin met his wife at Cornerstone.
Yeah. I mean, she wasn't my wife at the time.
I remember seeing Under Oath come up with all this merch. I was like, who do they think they are? And then they sold it all.
It was good. I mean, Cornerstone, there was an electricity, with Cornerstone when we first started playing early 2000s. I mean, it was different. I mean, it was like, everybody's camping out. There's 20, 30,000 people at this campground. Everybody's muddy. It's just insane. Yeah. And every show, people wanted to go to. It was like there's just crowds just moving from this stage to this stage. It was a crazy feeling. And when we first got to play there, I mean, it was exciting. It was like, this is the real deal. I mean, it was right when we got signed to Tooth and Nail, or right before actually, and we just tried to make our mark, and it was fun, and it was cool.
We wore shirts that spelled EMERY, right?
Yeah, we've done silly stuff.
Yeah.
We've dressed up. You guys know that probably. We wore our shirts that spelled out EMERY. and then another time we did fake mustaches.
Yeah.
And we wore the paint suit things. We did that later on. That was when we were a little bit more popular, but we did the paint suit thing.
Growing up in Greer, South Carolina, too, there was no scene. Like literally, everybody listened to Hootie and the Blowfish and Dave Matthews Band, stuff like that. So I do remember going to the tent stage and seeing Zayo for the first time. And Dan, the lead singer, you remember that? He fell to his knees and poured this fake blood over him. And then the pit opened up. It was the biggest thing I'd ever seen. I hadn't hardly even seen a pit in my life. And I was like, this is unbelievable. It's the most amazing thing you could ever be around. And he stayed on his knees like the rest of the time. He couldn't, I don't even know what it is. Yeah, he seemed kind of tired. But Zayo's one of my all-time favorite bands probably. So that was really cool getting to see that.
All right, let's take two more. I saw a couple more hands right here.
Do you have any new products coming out for EMERY Supply?
Actually,
Good question.
so EMERY Supply is a sex toy business that I own. We bought it from Matt and I own it actually. We bought it, there was a podcast called Free Sex and they started it, and so it's a sex toy site that has no pornography on it. And it's we just wanted to have a good site for folks that grew up like me, and we just thought it would be really fun. So yes, there is a new one, and I'll tell you what it is. It is, just think about me buying this product. I was like, ooh, it's a vibrator that vibrates with sound. So you go, ooh, you go, and you go, you go, okay. Yes, it sounds that, and you go, okay, it goes, ooh, it doesn't make this okay sound, but it'll vibrate exactly. And it's something else. It's something else, I'll say that. So
that was a great question.
That was a great question.
TMI.
You got a follow-up? All right. Yeah, go ahead. Well, now that we don't tour as much, I mean, it's a lot easier for them. I mean, even being gone for 4 days, it's difficult. I mean, I have little, like my youngest is 2. So that's a handful. So, but it's good. I mean, she does great with it. I mean, if I say, hey, can I be going a little bit longer this time? She doesn't love that. But our wives mostly do okay.
Toby's got one of those buzzer things he can do from his phone to his wife.
Get out of here.
He goes,
Matt, now you know we don't supply those yet.
Yet.
all right, we have one more in the back. Is he still back there? I think he left. He got
He
really
left?
mad that I didn't take his question. Okay, all right. Right here.
If there's one thing you wanted your fans to remember you by, what would you want it to be?
Hey,
My handsomeness?
that's a big one.
Hell yeah.
No. I don't know. I guess that I would love it if people thought we were just a fun band, but a really good band.
Good band is
Yeah.
not serious. Or,
Yes.
Like that.
Like we don't take ourselves that seriously, but we do think we're a good band. Like I know other bands are going, but I mean, Matt will take a chance up here with a crazy keyboard. Like we'll take chances, and we can pull some stuff off. I think that other bands might be scared to, or not want to do, or be afraid they look silly. And we never had that. We've never once thought that. Yeah, we're an adventurous band for sure. All right, you want to do one?
All right, let's do it. This is an adventurous song.
I used to be a better man, but the regret came, and here I am. I used to walk outside my door, but I don't go outside anymore. When will they carry me to my grave, so I can pay for the things my hands have made? Two sons will take my body and place it in the ground, and I hope they know to be nothing like me. No, nothing like me. Stay with bitterness. I want it out of me. All the taste of my inheritance. How I have fallen, the hills will cover me. You too will become weak. You too will become weak. The trees are green, what happens when they turn dry? to the ground. The roadside it found as its eyes closed. I heard the driver say as she drove away, what could I have done? The worst is over. I thought to myself, this too I had. No one ever offers hand. No one ever. When we were boys, we chased through neighbors' fields. We could run forever. I swore to my friends the lies I defend as a superhero. But age finds the lust, it gives into trust. It begs your devotion in exchange for discretion. Those years pass by like days and those friends pass away, but you're taken care of. There's always television. There's
All right. Thank you guys so much. Like we said, we can stand up here and photobomb you if you want to take a quick picture. Just make sure you have somebody ready to snap it so everybody can get in real quick. And this has been awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming out, wearing your masks, separating from each other, and
Thanks
letting us
for,
and you guys be able to do a show.
Yeah, thanks to San Antonio Creative Culture.
Yeah, this is awesome. These guys are always great.
They said their last show was our last show here.
Yeah, no.
So thank you and good luck. I hope it continues to get better for everybody. So. All right,
if this is going to be the last song, which one should we do?
This down!
And these shows, it's not the normal. It's not the normal. We're probably just going to play Waltz. How about, this is good. This means we've got some real fans here. We'll come back and we'll play some other ones. But how about Devin will give you a 2 count, and can y'all...
you guys scream, "Are you listening?" through those masks. All right, I'm gonna count 1, 2, and then you guys, "Are you listening?" Okay, so help us out with this. We need you. All right, here we go. 1, 2.
Are you listening?
We write 1,000 pages, they're torn on the floor. Headlights hammer the windows, we're locked behind these doors. And we are never leaving, this place is part of us. And all these scenes repeating are cold to the touch. My hands seem to deceive me when I'm nervous or when I'm healthy. The scenery's all drawn. They hang here from the walls here, painting pictures, bleeding colors, blink at the windows. arms
left beside.
is one thing.
One more says goodnight.
You've got the map.
Come get to me.
These knuckles break before they bleed. Tear out these veins.
My heart,
This skin.
where's your lasting mark?
I've built these walls. Come get to me. Come get to me. Position lesson, a slight discretion. The lines that keep you, the lines that sweep you. Lock the doors from the inside. Your face is so contagious. It wears announcements. It leaves me breathless. I won't forget this. I won't forget. Sometimes it gets so hard to breathe. Your eyes see right through me. Let the walls have their say.
The walls have their The walls have their
Let the walls have their say. There's no conversation, words without remorse, and this television drowns the only source. Wake from these dreams of you in my arms to the staircase. You hold my heart. You hold my heart.
Thank you guys so much.